Government to borrow 5 billion Ghana cedis from Treasury bill this week. This is a news portal headline that was running over the weekend. And truth be told, I got more than 30 messages, direct messages from followers across all my platforms, some on Instagram, some on TikTok, and some on Facebook. People were asking, what does it mean? Why is government borrowing from treasury bills? So I took some time to do a write-up on Facebook on Saturday, but I felt it's good to do a video to explain what it means. So treasury bill by its very nature means that government is borrowing money from people, Ghanaians, or people who want to invest with government. When it comes to investment, there are always two parties. There's a party that is borrowing and there's a party that's lending. The government in treasury bills and bonds are the borrowers here, meaning they are taking money from people who have the money to give out. So the people who have money to give out, we call them lenders. So an individual who wants to invest is a lender. So when you go to a bank to do an investment, you are lending that money and giving that money to the bank. So in this case, anytime you hear of treasury bill, it means that government is borrowing money from people who are ready to lend money to government. So treasury bill all over the world, not just Ghana, it means that government takes money from people who are lenders and promise them some returns or interest over a period of time, either 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So within that period, when the investment matures, government pays that money back with the interest, depending on the interest rate, whether they are doing discounted rate, where interest is paid upfront and the principal is given to you when the investment matures, or when they are doing the interest rate regime, where the interest and the principal is paid at the end of the period. So that is how treasury bill works. So whenever you hear that government is going to borrow money from the treasury bill, it basically means that government has a target of how much treasury bill they will borrow from people within a particular week. And any amount of money they borrow within the week, usually about half or more than half of that goes to retire or pay maturing treasury bills. So let's say they took 5 billion this week. Perhaps per their schedule, there's about 3 billion treasury bill that is maturing this week. So they use about 3 out of the 5 billion to pay those that have investment maturing the week, and the rest will be used to meet out government expenditure or some salaries within the week. So that's how treasury bill works. So when you hear a news that government is targeting a particular amount of money for the week for treasury bill, it's not anything new. What it means is that government is going to borrow money from treasury bill, and that's what treasury bill is about. People who have their investment are lenders, and government is the borrower. So when you buy the treasury bill, you are lending the money to government, and government is the borrower within that space. So don't be scared when you hear that news. Usually, I sometimes blame these bloggers because they don't explain what it means. It's only about the caption. And when people read about it, they are scared because of what happened with the bond. So when you hear government is going to borrow, you are scared. But that's how treasury bill has been running for all these years. It means government borrows money from people who have money to lend out. And when your lending duration is up, government pays back that money. So don't be scared when you hear that news. This is what it means when you hear that government is going to borrow money from the treasury bill market.